Welcome to Pastranaland. We had a rain day for the last, 4 days. We had a film crew in here and everyone was asking about the bikes. I'm like, man, I didn't know that. I didn't know this. So while we're working on this rain delay, I want to give you a personal tour of the shop. If you come up here, it's pretty cool. So, hello. That's Christy. She's our producer. So the kids of all ages basically think this is just a slide. So before we had the foam pit on the outside, we had this. We had a foam pit, and we actually had a skate park that came right through here. But this foam pit, we couldn't get enough speed for double flips. So we built this extension. My dad just kind of threw it together. Not a Nate Wessel approved extension. It's pretty funny because Kenny Bartram was supposed to be holding my dad's ladder right here, and someone was doing a jump or a flip out of there, and Kenny went to look, and the ladder came, took Kenny out, and Dad belly flopped. His face was all, he had black eye, blood everywhere. I thought he was gonna kill Kenny. The dangerous stuff happens when the cameras aren't rolling. The only skateboarder that's ever been down this was Ryan Sheckler, and he actually did that when he just won Gravity Games and X Games that year. He was the youngest person to do either. I think he was like 13 years old, maybe 14, but I think 13. And he was so fun to have over here. The coolest thing that's been down is actually this Viper chair right here. I would have bet anything against that. But Banksy made it down, and off of that, in the Viper chair, was absolutely really, really freaking cool. Oh, yeah. The worst crash down here, I'm gonna say there was two really funny ones. One was Comb Over Steve. It was a late night for Comb Over, and there was an attractive girl that he was trying to impress.
You got it, man. It's for her.
I know.
And he did not impress her. The other was R. Willie. You don't see R. Willie crash a lot, but he had a good one down here for sure. Something we've never really talked about here, and kind of the reason that we're doing this Pastranaland tour right now, other than it's raining and we can't do anything else, is the motorcycles. Every single person that comes through has been asking about the motorcycles, asking about the Evel Knievel bike. So, a little bit of history. That bike, so I was on the 85cc class when I was 7 years old. I was super tall for my age, and I just liked more suspension. I liked more power. So at 7 years old, I got 22nd. At 8 years old, I got second. At 9 years old, I won the first two motos and knocked myself out and broke my pelvis. And at 10 years old, I won my first Laura Lynn's Amateur National Championship in the 71180 class. So it was pretty cool, like now looking back they have the classes broken down shorter, but like at 7 to have qualified for the national championships was cool. But that bike was my first national championship, 10 years old, was pretty stoked. So coming over here, monster truck backflip. That one, well, I mean, you can see by the, you can see how it went.
No, stay. Hold on.
He's all right.
Stay here.
Man, that didn't work at all like I had anticipated.
This over here was my first big bike win. So I was in the 12 to 15 year old class. I was 13 years old and was able to win the national championship on the big bikes. That was Laura Lynn's national #1. Now Freestyle, this was very interesting. So this Freestyle bike has won a lot, but it's up there because it's the first ever Freestyle competition that I lost. Fun story behind that. I dislocated my shoulder in practice. I'm sitting there and I'm just like, just tore up, no skin, no anything. And I told my mom, I'm like, I can't compete because I can't win. I can't do any grab tricks. I can't do any over the heads. I'm like, it's back in now. Like it feels okay. I could probably withstand the pain, but I can't go up. It was really, really funny. But Vanilla Ice was, for whatever reason, Rob Van Winkle, Ice Ice Baby, was sitting right there as I'm talking to my mom, and he's at a concert that night, and he looks over and he goes, you know what? People just want to see you out there. He goes, I'm gonna sing Ice Ice Baby tonight. He goes, yeah, I'm proud of that song, but there was a long time that I was pretty embarrassed. But every time I didn't sing it, everyone's like, Ice Ice Baby. And he goes, I finally came to realize that, you have haters, you have whatever, you have people that are going to say, oh, you lost or you won. Or he's like, it's all about the show. It's about the experience. It's about people came from all over the world to watch you ride, and they don't care if it's not a first place. They don't like, can you go out there and can you do it safely? I'm like, yeah, if I just don't do this, this, and this. Well, that's the last thing I remember, because evidently I was having a pretty good run and decided to do a Superman seat grab backflip, dislocated my shoulder, then knocked myself out. And I woke up talking on national television, having no idea where I was or what I did.
You knew you were going to do that trick at the end.
What'd I do?
I think you're going for the seat grab backflip.
Did I get it pretty good?
Looked pretty good until the landing. The dismount wasn't quite so good, but you did good in the air. But
No, I didn't really think. I think before I went out, I didn't think I was going to be able to get a good grab. I'm not sure if I was. I'm really sorry. I'm fine, but everyone out there, I'm doing good. Sorry, I'm not very much help right now.
all right, guys. He doesn't remember his.
Thanks, Rob. Yeah, my first loss. So I got second with the crash. And yeah, first loss in freestyle motocross. This over here is the only Pastrana that has ever won a NASCAR. My wife, she won the Better Half Dash, Bandolero. The infield of the Charlotte Motor Speedway was pretty cool. Lindsay, she qualified P1. They had her go all the way to the back of the pack because she could double what you earned for charity. So she was actually competing for the Women's Sports Foundation and was able to win $10,000 in her NASCAR race. This is the first bike that we started working with all kinds of grab holds, stuff like that. I used to always just go for the fender. So I would grab the rear fender. When Tommy Clowers and all the guys would grab kind of shorter, they'd cut out where the seat is, which everybody does now. I just went for the fender. I was like, well, I don't want to make any changes. And I started thinking about it. I'm like, oh, this would be cool. So we had this bar that I could actually grab and then hang off the bar fully at the end. So me being 6'2", with only one hand where the end of the rear fender was just a really cool trick for me to, I don't know, just fun. Just like literally looking at nothing but the back tire and the ground as you're flying through the air. So that was the start of us welding. Our neighbor across the street, we call him Frog. His name's Kevin. But he made the frog fingers that people would now call flip bars. So anytime there was something that couldn't be done, he was the first one that made a tow hook. Because I was like, I need to hold on to this motorcycle while we're flipping. I need to hold on to this motorcycle while I'm doing this trick. And we just weld stuff. And yeah, it didn't look good. So if you go to the Block Shop or DeBerti's or really anyone's, I mean, Cletus is probably the closest to this, but it's built in your backyard. It's not a nice shop per se. I mean, we have nice stuff, but everything is made to be used. And that bike is a perfect example of us just literally welding stuff together to make something work. And then like our neighbor Frog, he started making the frog fingers that we put like little flip, we put a T-bar, just like a T. And that was what we would use for doing, flip Supermans and flip Kissadess. And now they make all kinds of cool stuff, and it all flips up, flips back. We just weld metal on stuff, and foot hooks and anything that we needed to do something that's never been done. We just figure out the most simple, redneck, foolproof way. Like we had a Jeep that I wanted a roll cage in, so we just welded all these tubes together. Like this Jeep it probably weighed 10,000 pounds after we got done. Just huge tubes. And it worked. It flipped right over and no one died, so I guess that's a positive. Over here we got the foam pit. This was built before the outdoor foam pit was built. With motorcycles, we were a little concerned because it's a petroleum product that it would catch on fire. There have been some foam pits that have burnt down. Most of the time, the gas pours out, and then it's static electricity that actually gets them. So they start out the foam blocks as kind of static proof and flame retardant, and then over time they kind of get worn out. So this is the foam pit. You got the rock climb wall. I had an experiment with Special Greg. One off season, we went rock climbing all day, bouldering, rock climbing. I was actually like fairly fit. I mean, not like a great rock climber. I was never that flexible to do some of the cool stuff, but I thought it was going to help motocross, supercross, and I got the worst arm pump of my entire life. Rock climbing, although you would think it would help get rid of arm pump, does the opposite. So fun fact for the day. My friends went through our trophy room, and as we were giving stuff away at the yard sale that I didn't know we were having, they took all of the not first place trophies and hung them in the most visible spot available, which, you know, what are friends for? EVS, about every year, every other year, provides a whole new set of helmets. Snap-on, this whole property that we're on that people call Pastranaland, is actually on a few different of the Snap-on, some of the drivers and one of the actually kind of heads of Snap-on all live on Pastranaland. So that's where the motocross track started. When property became available, I started buying land. Other motocross racers started buying land. Some military guys started buying land. So there's a bunch of people back here that they shoot, they ride, they quad. And it's pretty cool because we're only 16 miles from the DC Beltway, and we're 3 miles as a crow flies from Annapolis. So this is right in the middle of everything, and we have this kind of redneck paradise. And as you'll notice, this shop is not pristine. You would not want to eat off the floor, although most people here do. Big buck hunter. I got 8th in the world championship. Street Bike Tommy also qualified for big buck hunter. He knocked me out of the round of 8, and he ended up 7th in the world, which is kind of funny because it is very difficult to qualify to the top 64. So that was my hunter hero there. Coming over here, we got jerseys on the walls. I got jerseys everywhere, man. I looked up to, I'm still a fan of Supercross, fan of motocross, fan of freestyle, fan of people that are pushing the envelope. And every single person on that wall is someone that has inspired me or someone that continues to inspire me. They don't have to be older. A lot of the guys and girls are younger. Big old Snap-on toolbox. I don't touch it much. That's Hubert's. I mean, technically it's my toolbox, but Hubert's definitely the one that uses it the most. We got a basketball hoop that has not been used in probably 15 years. So past the Snap-on stuff, you have our brunt wall. Now normally this is kind of layered with more boots, but again, just had a production, it's been muddy, and most people took their boots off, but you know, anyone that comes over needs some boots, we got some in every size, which is really cool. This track right here is normally set up for oval racing. We've had so many people hit that wall over there that we actually put a metal plate on the wall, you know, safety third, because people were literally going through it. It's been really fun. So right now, we've got the new BRCC energy drinks, as well as some BRCC coffee. So we're just doing a night shoot. And then over here, you see our Can-Am. This is my personal Can-Am. It's one that I like to give rides to the kids and keep in perfect condition, and it never has an issue. And I let Jim York drive it. And that's why we can't have nice things. He found a tree on the way to the jump. So like, we were expecting the scene of the crash to be here, but the scene of the crash was here. Very sad, very sad. All right, over here, this one's pretty cool. Before Evel Knievel passed, Matt Huffman did a tribute bicycle. So I think there's probably no one that was a bigger Evel fan than Huffman, other than maybe Johnny Knoxville. And I mean, every man on the planet is pretty much looked up to Evel. So I got to speak to Evel Knievel. He sent me one of the Evel Knievel tribute bikes, and we hung it up because, well, Evel Knievel's awesome, and Matt Huffman's awesome. So that worked out pretty well. All right, so the Brap, it goes through a lot of tires. We're always doing burnouts, always doing slides. It's the first rear-wheel drive car I've had. It's the first like powerful car that I've actually owned. Like everything else is Vermont sports cars, Subaru or Hoonigan. They go back, but the Brap, it stays here, which is really cool. So got a bunch of Yokohamas, and then because we live on the street with Snap-on, we were able to get a tire changer, which has been absolutely awesome. So I mean, this shop has pretty much anything that you could need. As you can see, there's tires everywhere. We got three-wheelers, we got pit bikes, we got electric bikes. Most of these actually are other people. Like all of this stuff in the shop, it's not necessarily my stuff. And like even that awesome Can-Am Outlander right there, that is a loaner. So I don't own much. All of these four-wheelers are all loaners. And we ride them hard and we test them. And we give all the feedback and we have all the fun, and we really appreciate Can-Am. You guys are absolutely amazing. We got Nate Wessel's chopper that he hasn't had time to ride because he's been working his butt off. trying to figure out how to get electric engines in those basically drift bikes. We used to always take those around kind of the inside. But they're pretty loud, and usually we do it at night. So as much as we are kind of in the middle of nowhere, we're also more and more people are living around us and just trying to be the best respectful neighbors that we possibly can, while at the same time still having as much fun as possible. So RecTech grills, we got RecTechs for days, and honestly, although it doesn't look like it right now, these things get used all summer long, especially in the fall. Right now, the coolest it got yesterday was 92 degrees. So not great barbecuing weather, but better than frozen. We've got the kids' four-wheelers. As you can see, they enjoy mud days because, well, they get to go mudding. Got some more Viper chairs. We have fireworks. I mean, we had so many fireworks from TNT that the cops actually came and they're like, dude, you can't do a 4-hour fireworks show. Like, even on the 4th of July, it's too much. So we saved the rest for the next 4th of July and maybe some other events. So this Hyper bicycle is a one-off. It's a 29er, but on a cruiser chassis. So really, really fun for the pump track. This was originally for my wife and I to go tandem, but then Jolene, some of the gnarliest stories I ever had was with Jolene. She was on the back, she never stopped pedaling. And when we saw, we came up on the Navy cycling team, and she's like, let's go. And we went as hard as we could, and we knew we had about a mile before where they turned off. So she was on the back pretending she was just waving, and we went right around the entire naval cycling team. It was one of the greatest moments of my life, and we almost died when we got to the end, but we knew they were turning off, and she was like, bye guys, have a good day. This is kind of Nate's area right here. He's welding everything. He loves the Miller guys. And here, Nate, come on over. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
so
good to see you.
Nate is currently building the taking the pit bike track.
The turf pit bike
the
track.
turf pit bike track. How's the turf going in, buddy?
My arms are barely function today because we work you need so much grip strength to lift this stuff up, no matter how much help you have. And we were had this crabs yesterday. It was awesome, and my fingers kept locking up on me. So that's how it's going.
He was trying to. He couldn't even eat at the end of the day. He's like, Travis, you're coming and helping.
It's going to be amazing because first of all, we're recycling this stuff from a field that either this stuff needs to get taken away and probably put in a landfill, but we're recycling here at Pastranaland and using an old turf field, and it's going to be used for something more fun than what it got used for before.
I believe so. And then on this wall, we have all the Stasics. So Stasic has been really cool over the years, just helping us out. So we always have a crew here. Everyone else kind of left town after the rainstorm, but we got Zach, winner of the Bowl Cut Academy. This guy, all he does is win. He's one of those guys that came over and just started working, like Hubert, like everybody here.
I'm actually still waiting for my payment of that orange hat. It's been 2 years. I guess I didn't read the fine print on the orange hat rules, but I cried to get a medevac to get flown out of here just for the orange hat, and I still haven't gotten it. But I guess if you cry, you don't get it. So I don't know.
You want to do it? We'll do an orange hat giveaway right now. Come on up. Congratulations. You cried and got a medevac. All right, so now here's the thing.
I'm not sure what's easier, the medevac or landing the trick. I'm not sure it was a trick either, but.
Well, it was a trick. Now, what's interesting, if you ever see an orange hat, I mean, they only made 47, so you won't, but in theory, if anyone recreates this, every single orange hat that's given out has a signature, and I didn't realize it on the first one, but the signature goes through, so you can see it from the inside and the outside. Congratulations. You're the 45th president. Please skip this room. So this is my NASCAR pit board. So everyone has different pit boards to figure out which stall you're in. That was my one. All right, so this over here. I'm in 7 different Hall of Fames, which is pretty cool. Maryland Hall of Fame, Anne Arundel County Hall of Fame, Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, AMA Hall of Fame, Acrobatic Hall of Fame, which was really pretty cool. I thought that was a true honor. So anyway, we got some Hall of Fames. We got some Caesar's Palace. Congratulations. I was really hoping one year we'd get a win there at Nations Cup, but that was when Jimmy Johnson and I went. We ended up second. He fell out of a golf cart and broke his wrist. So I was both members of the team, which gave me more track time and was able to get us all the way to the final. Heike Kovalainen beat me in the best 2 out of 3 for the final. I don't know that I'll ever get there again. Oh, this is pretty cool. So when I stopped racing motocross because I was broken, I was hurt, and I went into freestyle and started Nitro Circus. Everyone's like, why would you turn down this much money and this career to go join the circus, is what everyone called it. This was what everyone thought about it. And it was pretty interesting because looking back on it now, if I would have listened to what everyone else said, we would have had no Nitro Circus, and I wouldn't have still been doing what I love and wouldn't have been able to have Channel 199. So thank you for the support over the years. Thank you for those that motivated me as well. So right here, this is the Indian. It was cool to see Colby Raha do it on the Harley. V-twin was awesome. It's like his last jump, I thought he was getting bucked over. Like these things, it's just hard to like stand up and jump them normal, so you kind of sit down on it. And I wanted to throw a tribute to Evel, and I think that's kind of what he was doing as well. Like, can we sit down off this jump and go over 200 feet? So pretty cool. But yeah, so this is awesome. Obviously the Freedom 500, that trophy's, I'm gonna find a better spot than on that milk carton. But right now, it's where it's sitting. All the X Games gold medals. So I don't know why we have the silvers and bronzes there too. That's kind of odd. I usually don't count first losers or second losers, but Daytona 500 helmet. Some of the jerseys that got this. Obviously the Armzilla. And the motorcycle that actually bought kind of this house is on tour and on display at the AMA Hall of Fame. So I figured instead of getting dusty here in the back closet of our shed, we might as well have that one tour with everybody else, because it's a pretty big honor to be put in the AMA Hall of Fame. Loretta Lynn's National Championships, Ponca City National Championships. Oh, and right here, the Better Half Dash. That's Lindsay's NASCAR trophy. I think she's got the biggest one here.
How about these medals? Which ones are which? Do you remember what you did to get each of them?
Not a damn clue. Yeah, X Games was never about winning. It was about doing something that pushed me to do what I've never done before and try to progress the sport and do what you have to do to win the gold, I guess. But each one was more special on who I was going against and what trick we were able to accomplish or not accomplish. So many tricks that kind of went unfinished, honestly. For me, we were doing the body varials 10 years before anyone even came close to that again, and now they do it like a staple pretty easily. I was trying bike flips before Paget figured out that with the bike flip you always kind of land backwards, and started doing it on quarter pipes. A lot of tricks over the years that I've tried. X Games I'd always take 2 weeks off of motocross. Not off, like I was still doing the outdoor national championships, but I would take 2 weeks and really just focus on freestyle. And that was pretty cool, because most of the guys, like even Olivia, she comes here and she doesn't think about the nutrition side of it and the health and the fitness. And it's 95 degrees outside and she rides for 20 minutes and she's tired, and you come in and maybe you get 2 to 3 sessions a day. Well, shoot, I was training for outdoor nationals. I could ride all day long, 105 degrees, whatever, 100% humidity, didn't matter. 50 repetitions a day in the foam pit. Of like each trick. I do 50 double backflips, I do 50 freaking whatever we were trying, and that's why I was able to basically condense a whole year of freestyle training into 2 weeks. And the fact that motocrossers, no matter what they look like, they are the most durable sons of guns on the face of the earth. Just jump into flat. If you look at like Carmichael and Stewart back in the day, and all of them now, it's the amount of impact that they take. So if you look at a freestyler, they're only going to do a certain amount of jumps a day because they're just not built to do a 40-minute moto twice a day. every single day of their lives. So racing motocross was the reason that I was able to be successful in freestyle. And I took, when most of the other guys were just out there having fun and, you know, like, hey, we can make a living on a dirt bike, let's go party. I was like, I'm here to win. And I kind of went head to head against Brian Deegan, who was the opposite. He was able to build this good versus evil thing completely unbeknownst to me. I was just that kid riding a dirt bike. So thank you, Brian. Appreciate everything you did to build the sport. You're still an asshole. But I got more dollars than you got. Not like that, like more $1.
Dollar bets.
Dollar bets. Rain day, everyone's kind of in here cruising. We've got enough coffee because we were going to do a coffee shoot, but we weren't able to do much. So thank you, Black Rifle, for all the coffee. All of these flags, which is really, really cool, but I want to get down to this one, have been in combat. They all have a mission. They all have basically a whole story. But this right here, because my dad, he shows up with this flag. And I was like, what's this? He goes, I cannot believe that you have not one time asked me for a flag that I flew in combat. Not once. Like, he was pissed. And he's like, you're putting this up right now. I'm like, Dad, I didn't know. Like, I had no idea that you flew a flag. And I was like, where did you get that? He bought it over in Vietnam and flew it on his dozer while he was building bridges and building roads. So we got this wall right here. Lee McCullum, my mechanic, actually gave me this just a couple years back, which was really neat that he kept it. So that was off my championship winning motorcycle. So that's Lee right here in this picture, but the Motocross Nations trophy broke, but we took the little plate off the front. It sucks because the Motocross Nations, Saint-Angeli, France, represented my country, like probably the biggest moment of my life, and the trophy was really lame. It was like a $5 thrift shop trophy. But yeah, so we got the plate off the front. We play beer pong a little differently. It's ADHD beer pong. This highlights my NASCAR career. Foosball, greatest sport in the world. Learned how to swear playing foosball properly against Kenny Bartram. Jim York, still a little better than me. I've been working on it, losing a little money to him recently, but we're gonna get there. Over here, we got Ryan Scheckler. We got Beaver Fleming. Evel Knievel, actually, unfortunately, he'd already passed when I got this shirt, but it's still freaking awesome. We got Tony Hawk, the legend. And honestly, this is probably the coolest thing here at Pastranaland. It is the door off of Colin McRae's X Games car that he rolled, and as he's upside down, he shifts to first as he's flipping. And when it hits, he's already got the wheels going and into the next corner.
And he sets it up. But he's still on. But he's going after it. He's going after it. Can he do it? A rollover on the final jump. The car looks totally destroyed, but he keeps it going.
And if it wasn't for a flat tire when he hit, he still would have won the X Games. So it went, I ended up winning. McRae got second. Ken Block got third. Shared the podium with two absolute legends who were such a huge influence in my life, two legends that I looked up to a lot. And this is Colin McRae's door from the first big rally win that I got. Was when X Games, it was before X Games was just a super special. X Games at the time was, I think it was a 60 miles of stage road and then the super special final. So to be within a half second of Colin McRae after the 60 miles of stages was a true honor, and to have known him is really cool. So posters on the wall. It says, for Colin, the brave don't live forever, but the cautious never live at all. And he was definitely brave. Okay, I bought my SB back. So, no, maybe not. The SB's gone.
No, it's under the helmet.
All right, well, I didn't realize this, but yes. So my SB, this is the most used SB on the face of the earth. I don't even know what the hell we got here. But this thing has been used as a doorstop by Todd Richards. It has been kicked, it has been thrown, it has been shot, it has been used as a fireworks holder, and now it is a helmet holder of sorts in the corner. Helmet wall. This is a Kevlar bulletproof helmet. Noah Gregson, Banksy. Oh, Chase Elliott. Don't use that. All right, fine. I know you're going to use it. So anyway, seriously, like the youngest ever NASCAR Cup champion. Actually, you might have been like a month older than Jeff Gordon. But anyway, yeah, Scott Parker. Go up and do basically a motorcycle ride with actually a friend that passed away a few years back. Ron Meredith always had us do the Parker ride, and it was always in Michigan. Marco Andretti. Anytime you can get a helmet from an Andretti, it's going up on the wall. You have, now this one's funny. So this is Jimmy Johnson, winningest NASCAR driver of all time. He signed this during one of his championships that he won, I think in 2008. However, I took the autograph off because I didn't have any helmet with a Hans, and I was trying to backflip a monster truck, as you can see the hood that's out there. But I never put the visor down. So I took an authentic race-signed autographed Jimmy Johnson helmet, took the autograph off so I could see through it, and then never put the visor down. So, Jimmy, I'm going to need you to re-sign that at some point. Josh Sheehan, not the helmet that he did the triple with, but the helmet that he had while he was here when he did the triple. I stole that out of his bag. But this was when I was a 3-time rally champion. Ken Block would make some really cool shoes. So 2006, 2007, 2008. We can add 3 more to that, I believe. Over here, you have the Senior Citizen. Honestly, his 50th birthday party may have been the wildest party I've ever been a part of. He dove out that window. Stripper Josh was supposed to catch him, but Josh just collapsed to the ground. It's pretty brutal, but he also, Sir Randy Richardson, Senior Citizen, did a backflip on his 50th birthday to dirt in one day, learned it in the foam pit, took it to dirt, crashed really hard once, got it done. If this doesn't say America, I don't know what does. Comb over Steve in his denim diaper with a bald eagle. America. We got a lot of cool memorabilia. Ken Block, Eric Roner, Colin McRae, Dave Mira. But this is a living legend. Petter Solberg is someone that is one of the greatest human beings on the face of the earth. He's someone that I looked up to. He's full send. He is the most fun rally driver to watch still to this day. His son, Oliver, is absolutely amazing. Oliver just won his first WRC. Oliver was actually crying after the first stage that he won and held it together and won what is arguably the most challenging, exciting, and just balls out rally on the face of the earth. And that's how this family operates. Even Petter's wife was an amazing, it still is probably an amazing rally driver. So family's amazing. So I got an autograph by Petter Solberg, who was Subaru WRC team. And I was so stoked. And the very next race with my Petter Solberg autograph that says to Travis flat out, I rolled my car in Colorado Cog Rally 8 3/4 times.
How are you?
Holy that was a hell of a ride! Woo!
However, I was able to have the Fab Shop at Vermont Sports Car cut this out of the completely condensed heap of metal that was still left around it, and I kept my my autograph, so I'm gonna keep that forever. All right, well, thanks for joining us on this rain day, and we'll end on the jersey wall. These were the heroes that defined my career in the biggest ways possible, and Stripper Josh, who made this wall for me and put his leotard up there. Damon Bradshaw, the Beast from the East. Kevin Windham, obviously Kevin needs no introduction, and he just actually, we're still friends. He just called me 2 seconds ago. K-Dub, how you doing, buddy? My man, hey, shit, man, we are filming currently right now. Oh no, I can't right now. Nope, no cliff notes at the moment. I got cameras in my face. They're filming. Josh Sheehan, triple backflip. Stefan Roncada, that man was a pain in my butt first race. He was leading by almost an entire race. He had a 40-some point lead. My only goal was to get to the last race where he didn't wrap it up, and he had a bad moto, and then I won the last 5 straight motos, winning the championship over Stefan Roncada by 2 points. James Stewart, he lost me $1 because I bet on him his very first race as a pro, And so he finally, instead of giving me $1, he gave me a signed jersey. He said, I'll do better next time, which he did. He did much, much better through the rest of his career. Grant Langston. So he was the youngest world champion at the time. I was the youngest national champion. We had raced each other on 85s back in South Africa. And then we had the gnarliest year of all time. We hit each other so freaking hard so many times. Front brake tag down the front straights. We hated each other. He was a dick. Now he's actually a really good dude. We get along really well. Same as Chad Reed. He was also an asshole. Still is. First time I met Chad Reed, he wins, again, world championship. I win US championship. I go down to Australia, race this Australia. It's supposed to be pretty good. He knocks me over the berm on the first lap. I come all the way back. I pass him. I blow out my knee toward the MCL, and well, not blew out completely, but MCL and cartilage. And I'm trying to finish the last lap, and I crash on the triple as we're kind of going back and forth on the last lap. We lapped third place. So I have a blown out knee. I just ate crap over this like sticky dirt triple, over the bars, wrist hurt, everything. So the podium they set up, I didn't even get up, but we had lapped Hurley, who was in third. So I sat down on the top box of the podium, and he comes up. First thing other than a nod or a hello was he kicks me off the podium, and he goes, "That's my spot, bitch!" And we've been friends ever since. Jerry McGrath, King of Supercross, Guy Cooper, airtime. That man, I tell you what, he did very similar to me. He has 3 second place finishes on Supercross, but he was leading 2 of the 3 on the 19th lap. Back then it was a 20 lap main event. And every time he came across the finish line, he'd still whip it. He was like, dude, I'm having the time of my life. He did the biggest jumps. Gary Bailey, he was my coach. His son David, one of the greatest of all time, Motocross of Nations legend, went on to win the Ironman Hawaii with the wheelchair. Bob Hanna, Hurricane Hanna. Always look up to that guy. He's gone on the record many times saying I'm the biggest waste of talent in the history of sport. I think he even said, maybe motorsport to be more specific, but still a hero, loved guy. Raj DeCoster, 5-time world champion. This man was pronounced dead, broke a bunch of ribs, piss and blood, shows up 2 weeks later, finishes in a high enough position to win the world championship and take his 5th title. Team manager of Motocross of Nations US team he just retired this year. I think it was like 30 years. Absolutely ridiculous. He was my mentor, someone that I look up to greatly, that I lived with when I was 16 when I went to Suzuki, and I was the biggest pain in his ass that he's ever had. Doug Henry, guy was always smiling, super huge inspiration, broke his back, came back to be one of the greatest of all time, won Supermoto, everything, and then broke his back again, now paralyzed, but amazing. Carmichael, the GOAT, greatest of all time, needs no introduction. Robbie Raynard, 593, he turned pro the 5th month in 1993. He was my all-time hero as I was growing up. As far as rider, like I loved his riding. I loved what he could do. He was probably the most talented motocross racer of all time. Never really, I mean, he won World Supercross Championship and some other stuff, but didn't go as far as his ability. Definitely said he could have. But, so he had 593, I had 1099, which was 199. So anyone that wants to know the number that I have with 199 and channel 199, it's because of that man, Robbie Raynard, who picked his pro number as he turned pro when he was 16 in May of 93. Lindsay, I mean, because it's my wife. And that's it. It's a tour of Pastranaland. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully the rain goes away and we can continue providing awesome shenanigans for you to check out. Until next time, please subscribe so we can do a 360 in a car.
Yeah, I should've wanna try.